accidentally built a 6-figure media house, no fancy blueprint, no investors, no ads, just a tiny team and a relentless obsession with quality. And the craziest part, none of this was planned. And I have zero experience creating content. But looking back, it kind of makes perfect sense. So if you have ever thought about building something of your own, or if you're freelancing and trying to scale, or if you want to build a profitable side hustle, then trust me, this video is 100% for you only if you're driven and willing to put in the work. Because what I'm going to walk you through today is how I obviously accidentally built this business, but also how we scaled, and most importantly, the system, strategy, and the mindset that made it all work. So you better be ready to do the work. Let me start by saying that this was never about creating another agency. Like for instance, I didn't even know what an agency did. But over time, our media house has had one core mission statement: create in the top 1% quality. If we're not aiming for the best, we just won't do it. But before any of this happened and how we kind of got there, I had to get really freaking good at my craft if we wanted to do everything in the top 1%. And so if you haven't already watched my video on how I made $100,000 from my podcast, you should check it out after this one. That's literally where this whole journey and obsession with this craft began. Because unless you actually understand what it takes to create high quality content, the kind that really cuts through the noise, none of this media house and business stuff matters. And having worked in consulting, product management, and being an entrepreneur, trust me when I say creating quality content is not easy. On the contrary, it's one of the toughest things out there. There's strategy, there's pre-production, storytelling, equipment, platforms, publishing, post-production, editing, and whatnot. So many moving pieces and so many ways things can go wrong. Anyway, the quick TLDR from that video is that I started a podcast. I treated it like a serious creative project. I invested in quality. I promoted the clips like crazy across different social media platforms, and soon brands and individuals started reaching out asking if I could help them do the same thing, which is to create quality content. And just like that, that was the first spark for our media house. In the early days, I took on every single project that came my way, and I didn't even charge much. And I had a very small, tiny team. But the kind of work we were doing, it really stood out. We focused obsessively on quality, and clients actually loved it. And from there, because of the quality that we were delivering for our clients, word of mouth really helped. And so word spread, and slowly we grew organically. Like for instance, we didn't even have a website up until recently. But now we do, and not to brag, but it's an absolute banger of a website. Check out the website when you get the time. But the thing that really differentiated us from other agencies was that we didn't just make content. Like we didn't just get into production, we thought through the strategy behind it first. Like most agencies jump straight to the camera or the editing timeline. But we always try to take 2 steps back and ask, wait, what are you actually trying to achieve here? Let me actually give you a perfect example to illustrate this. WaterAid, one of the biggest NGOs in the world, reached out. They said, hey, can you help us make some videos for YouTube? But once we got talking, we realized that their real goal was way bigger. They need to prove the success of their latest campaign to the government of India to secure funding for the next year. Totally different problem. So we pitched a 10-part docu-series, and to take it even further, we repurposed it as a video and audio podcast published on all platforms like Spotify, Apple Podcasts, which basically meant it was a high-ticket project and high-impact outcome. And it's still actually available on YouTube and all leading podcasting platforms, so you can actually check it out on a banger website. Yes, I love using the word banger. And through the process of working with different clients, I realized that we're not just a content or media company, we're a strategy-first company. And if a client isn't willing to invest in strategy, we usually pass. Because great content without strategy is shooting in the dark hoping it sticks. But that's 2 different metaphors. Anyway, the strategy piece helped us figure out the following for our clients. Like, who are they creating content for? Who are they talking to? What content will actually work? Where do we publish it? How often? How to repurpose the content across different platforms? And how do we promote it? And without that roadmap, you're just guessing. And so we don't guess, we like improving our odds so much that success and in turn client satisfaction is a given. Now, one big reason why we've been able to make some serious money from this is because while clients love the strategy, they usually don't have the team or the chops or the skill set to execute them, at least at the top 1% quality that we've painted a picture for. So we step in and take care of the production or the content creation aspect as well. From scripting to shooting to recording to editing as well as publishing. We don't handle marketing though, because I feel that's a whole different beast, but we do help out with the marketing strategy. So dude, this is what actually got us established. But what helped us scale wasn't just the work, it was actually the systems and the framework behind the work. It was something I iteratively improved on, got feedback, learned and set up along the way. For instance, we treated my own content here on YouTube like a client project. We built internal processes, feedback loops, handoffs, timelines and everything. Now every piece of content follows a clear system, including this video too for that matter. Like from uploading raw files to reviewing and providing feedback to publishing final edits, and how everything is handled on Notion and Google Drive and whatnot. It's not really sexy and something that is ignored a lot, but it definitely works. I would say it's super important for you to have these systems or frameworks dialed in so that you can remove yourself from that equation and the team can continue working. And so yeah, we did this again and again and again and again, and over time we became a full-fledged media house. But through all of it, quality has always been non-negotiable. I mean, you can actually see it in this video too, right? I've actually taken so much time to set up this light, have another light in the corner, frame it up in a particular way, choose the right format. Oh man, the whole thing. And now I have got these, these bullet points I'm actually speaking from. And over the course of doing all of this, like client obsession has become, let's say, the superpower. We have asked better questions along the way, we over-deliver, we over-communicate, and we sometimes obsess. But on the flip side, we also say no a lot. Like if someone wants cheap, low quality content or memeified content, or just play the content game in terms of publishing every single week that just doesn't move the needle, we pass. Because we're here for the top 1%. And that requires knowing what would fit into our portfolio and what shouldn't. And with that comes the right set of clients, and along with that comes premium pricing or high ticket value, and so we can focus and do it right. So yeah, I didn't plan to start a media house, but I did plan to show up consistently, do great work and stay obsessed with quality. Like entrepreneurship is hard, dude. Like from the outside it's hard, from the inside it's harder, and I can tell you firsthand, it's not for everyone. It's uncertain, it's high stress, but if you're wired for it, it's deeply, deeply rewarding. But yeah, if this resonated with you, here's maybe how I can help you personally. If you're trying to start something of your own, it could be a business venture, side hustle, or anything that's inherently yours, and you're unsure about how to go about it, reach out to me and we can chat and figure out how to get you going. And if you're in Toronto, then even better, because I'm putting together a small in-person group here in Toronto to jam on ideas. But obviously remote folks are welcome too. Secondly, if you want to create content but don't have a solid content strategy or unsure of where to start, then I think you'd be interested in this. I'm building a detailed framework and playlist that'll help you map out everything from the niche to the platforms to how do you cater to an audience of one, the kind of cadence that you need to follow, etc. And if you want, you can be part of this pilot program and get going. And finally, if you're interested in hiring our media house to scale your brand or company, strategy, content production, all of that bit, then we're taking on 2 new clients right now. Drop me a message and let's talk. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.